And quite a scare at the Duluth Airshow today. According to officials with the Duluth Airshow, a member of the U.S. Navy Leapfrogs was involved in a landing accident while parachuting today. Here's a look at this scene. The Leapfrogs is the official parachute demonstration team of the United States Navy. The person was immediately tended to by emergency personnel and transported by life flight to Essentia Health St. Mary's Hospital. According to witnesses on scene, two parachuters were doing a trick with their legs locked, and one didn't unlock in time to land safely. That witness described the incident as jaw-dropping sad, and the extent of the parachuter's injuries is unknown. This is a developing story that we'll continue to cover. We'll hear more about the air show a little bit later tonight in our newscast.